know what you're thinking. It's a few years since he was at school. You're right. And I have to say that in my day we didn't work in small groups like this. But as you've probably gathered, this is not a school, it's the Norfolk Hotel, Birmingham. It's a Saturday morning, and these children are receiving special tuition from Tudor House, an organisation set up to provide private tuition for children with a certain aim, to achieve a place at a grammar school. Tudor House was founded on the basis of the personal experience of Steve and Eunice Traynor, who had a large family themselves and who were determined that their children would receive the best possible secondary education from state resources, and that meant a grammar school. They knew that their children were receiving a well-rounded education from their junior school, but they also realised that if grammar school places were to be attained, some extra tuition was necessary. Well, Steve, as a former grammar school boy myself, I can certainly agree with your view that grammar schools give you a great education. But what prompted you to found Tudor House?
Well done. When the time came for my own children to sit the grammar school entrance examinations, I quickly realised three things. Firstly, that the competition for these places in grammar school was very intense. Secondly, that there were subjects in the grammar school entrance examination which weren't taught in the junior schools. And thirdly, that inevitably all those children who did pass for grammar school had received some form of private tuition.
So are you saying to me that nearly all the kids who passed the exam then have had private tuition?
That's right, Don.
So having decided that your children needed tuition, what did you do then?
Thankfully, I came across a form of private tuition in the way of a Saturday school, which had been successfully preparing children for grammar school for some 25 years. After two of my family had passed for grammar school, unfortunately the lady who ran the school retired, and this left me with somewhat of a problem.
Oh, I'll say, you got two in and you were worried about how your other children were going to be tutored. So what did you decide on?
Well, we decided to set up a new Saturday school run upon similar lines, Tudor House.
So you set that up for your own children and presumably it snowballed.
That's right. We've gone from strength to strength, putting dozens of children through grammar school entrance examinations.
And which grammar schools are we talking about here, Steve?
The King Edward's Foundation Schools, that's Five Ways, Aston and Camp Hill, King Edward's High School in Edgbaston, the Royal in Worcester, the Royal in Wolverhampton.
That's amazing, isn't it? And all from something that you started really for your own children. How many children have you got, Steve?
9.
9? That's quite a family. And are they all at grammar school?
No, Don, they're not all old enough yet. 2 members of my family passed the entrance examinations for grammar school after receiving tuition from the original Saturday school, and 2 more of my children have passed the entrance examination after receiving tuition from Tudor House.
Tudor House tuition covers the 4 subjects which feature in the grammar school entrance examination. English and mathematics are covered to a degree by standard junior school education, but as Steve pointed out, there are 2 subjects that are not covered at all: verbal and non-verbal reasoning. I have with me now a specialist with Tudor House, Dr. David Cook, who's going to tell us all about it. So, David, what is verbal reasoning?
Well, verbal reasoning takes the basic skills of maths and English, which the young people have already learned, and applies them using letters and numbers and words to a variety of problem-solving situations.
Why is this included in the examination?
Grammar schools recognise that if a child has a high level of reasoning and logical skills, that this increases their chances of having success at their GCSE and A-levels. So verbal reasoning is really their measuring tool for future potential high achievers.
What type of question can the children expect?
Well, actually, between 30 and 40 different types, which include sequences, patterns, relationships with alphabets, words, letters and numbers. And actually, it's worth mentioning that they have also got to go through this particularly quickly. They only get about 30 seconds to answer each question in the examination.
So that's verbal reasoning. Yes. Now, what's non-verbal reasoning?
Non-verbal reasoning focuses mainly on shapes and pictures and diagrams, whereas verbal reasoning has been with letters and numbers and alphabets. There are some additional things, as well as the series and the relationships that continue through both types, that of rotating, where a pupil is expected to see something from a different perspective and recognise it on a piece of paper.
Thank you, Dr. Cook. The aim of Tudor House is to improve every child's performance in specific areas and to prepare them fully for their grammar school entrance examinations. Tudor House Saturday schools operate throughout every Saturday at several convenient locations in the Birmingham area, and each Saturday school operates 3 separate sessions of 1 hour 55 minutes. Children may attend any one of the 3 sessions, and this flexibility helps to avoid any clash with football matches, dancing classes or other activities that they may wish to attend. The Saturday school sessions cover the 4 specific subjects which feature in grammar school entrance examinations: mathematics, English, verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning. Each session is split into groups of children of similar ability, with a maximum of 8 children to a group and invariably less. Each individual child receives and completes specially designed worksheets for each of the 4 subjects covered, and each group receives individual attention from a tutor throughout the session. Homework is also provided. This method of tuition is not a cramming exercise, but very much an extension of their existing education, and every child is motivated to maximise his or her potential in the examinations to come. The Saturday schools operate in this way throughout the year, and a child can join in at any time, being placed in a small group of other children of similar ability, receiving individual attention from his or her tutor. In addition, special technique and examination preparation courses are also operated during the school holidays. The special tuition from Tudor House aims to help children maximise their potential for their grammar school examinations. But does it work? Well, let's close by hearing from some of the parents.
I recommend the Tudor House to other people because I feel the system that the tutors have at Tudor House is working, and as I sent my son, Jagjit Singh, for tuition, and he got himself into a grammar school, and I feel very positive that it will benefit other children as well.
I can recommend Tudor House because it's brought our kids from a level of non-achievement to a level of, achievement.
I have recommended Tudor House to other people in the past because of the excellent service they provide and the quality of the teaching. And my son, Ari, enjoyed it.
Tudor House was brilliant because it helped my sons to pass the exams. The first one passed the KES exam last year, and he passed all the rest as well. But it was my choice that I put him in KES.
I would recommend Tudor House because it works in small groups. Children aren't isolated. They make friends as well as do their lessons. I think it's a very positive experience for them.
I think David in his own right has come from the bottom of his class and is achieving things beyond the expectations of the teachers, who unfortunately think it's just their own ability that's brought this out in, but we know different.
And that's because we didn't tell them they went to Tudor House.
Tudor House provided Arinze with the focus and the motivation that he needed, and the excellent quality of the tuition was real value for money.
I feel since Jagjit started at Tudor House, and the staff have enabled him to be very effective in his work.